GNT Show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. These are the voyages of the GNT Show. Our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to bold we got where no show has gone before. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Is it me? No. Okay.
It's gone now.
All right.
I think it was from Lightstar.
Anybody, can you hear us now?
We can hear
In the
you.
stream?
Yep.
In the stream?
Hi.
Terry joining us. So happy. It is the Women at War. We have Jara, who you know makes my heart race.
Hello.
And Amy,
Hi, everyone.
my companion for the Star Trek Continues jaunt that we had in Vegas.
I know, it was a lot of fun.
Well,
We-
Jared,
we-
Amy,
we had
so glad to
prime
see you.
seating.
Yay. How are you guys? Or ladies, I should say. I don't want to say guys, it's women at warp and everything.
Jara's all
We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Waiting
good.
for
Enjoying
the,
Halloween.
Waiting for the trick-or-treaters.
Welcome to the show.
And I did not realize that Amy and I grew up far apart from each other. We were talking about that earlier.
Did you
Yeah,
grew
you're
up,
in- we're
wait a
both in
minute,
Connecticut
you
right
grew
now.
Up far
Yeah.
apart? Oh, not far apart from each other.
Not far
I'm
apart.
originally from Pennsylvania, right outside Philly, but I went to college in Connecticut, and I just stayed. So I've been here for
Well, see, I was born
a
in
little over 10 years now.
I grew up in King of Prussia.
No, I was just there on Wednesday. I saw David Duchovny in concert.
That's who you posted. I was like, who? What? What the heck? How does anybody have a concert in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania? That's what I want to know.
Hilarious.
We
It
had
was not at the
people-
mall. It was
Mike, we're having a problem. People can't get the stream going.
Oh. Let me.
But we're
check
still
on
talking to the ladies in the chat room.
Yes.
So that's it. All right. So seriously, David Duchovny in concert?
Yes, and the Ardmore Music Studio. It was hilarious and amazing.
That's really freaking awesome.
He
So
had
what
a new
he-
album out.
What does he play an instrument in addition to singing?
He plays a guitar.
Okay, what are his songs like?
My friend, so we had a very weird confluence of people in my life show up, mostly internet friends. My friend Jamie and Jake described it as dad rock. But it was quite good, I thought. It was quite fun. I think he's a gifted lyricist, actually. He's an English major, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No, he's a legitimately brilliant guy.
He is. He was he's very shy of just a little shy of his PhD, actually, from like Yale or something.
Didn't he give that up in order to go into acting?
He did.
Just short of it, and then he
He
decided.
did.
You know
Much
what,
to
I'd
his
rather be an
mother's
actor.
horror, as he says often.
It's too bad he wasn't a success.
Oh, I know. It's too bad. Not like there were women like throwing bras on the stage or anything.
Oh, there were.
Oh,
Seriously?
yeah.
Like in
Seriously.
like in an
Wow.
Engelbert Humperdinck kind of a way?
Like two people threw their bra. Two women threw their bra.
It's Tom Jones, Terry.
Oh my gosh.
What? I
Tom
made a
Jones.
Well, Engelbert Humperdinck too. It's that Las Vegas thing.
Are we
So I
streaming
just
or
have
no?
one thing to say.
I'm
We
really
have-
hoping that these are like Walmart bras because bras are expensive.
No
They
shit.
are.
Well, it was really funny because the first one that got thrown up, he like draped it over the bassist, and then they like left it on the amp at the end of the show, and like the girl went and got it. Actually,
They should have
I don't know
worn
what
them as
happened. I don't know what happened to the other one.
That's like a
Okay,
walk
so
of
wait.
shame.
She threw a decent bra up there.
I guess I don't know. It was just a black bra. It was pretty simple.
I if he was gonna wear it as a hat, I would consider doing that just to be like David Duchovny wore my bra as a hat. I'm not particularly attracted to him, but that would be like
Oh
a
no,
good
this
story.
girl was like, she was into it, and she was at the she was at the stage door afterward, and she was like, he touched his bra, now this bra is touching my boob again, and her
I would
boyfriend
also
was like,
bring a
Oh my God.
separate one. Like I wouldn't just throw the one I was wearing because then I'd be braless.
I don't think she cared.
So,
was
Jared,
all-
I
she
have a
was-
question for you.
She was
Yes.
not of the type to care.
How you doing?
Excellent. Yep.
I want to say that her version of Lady Marmalade at STLV kicked ass.
Aw,
Woo! It was good.
yeah, the only thing that could be better is that I have to watch the Voyager episode Favorite Son for our Women at Work podcast tomorrow. And so I'm watching like Kim getting seduced by vampire women.
Oh my god.
And it's so painful. It feels like season 1 Next Generation with like Wesley Crusher getting felt up by scantily clad babes.
There's a place for that. Who's breathing like a hurricane into the mic?
It's kind of cute.
Not me.
I don't think it's me.
It ended now.
Somebody just
I'm not
backed
used to
off.
this headset. It really could have been me. I'm not used to this headset. It's my husband's.
I was going to say it could be somebody from 602. We've already had one fall asleep.
I think it was Tom Paris, and he's just like, Hair Kim getting felt up by babes. Why am I not in on that?
Oh no.
Let me make a holodeck program.
It's not the
I can't
Delaney
hear
sisters.
myself. I can't hear myself, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so I have to ask both of you. What's your favorite shows? I mean, come on. I just need to know.
Like outside of Star Trek?
No.
Favorite episodes of? Oh man.
No, I mean, is there like, is it TOS, TNG?
Well, I grew up with TNG, but I am a huge Janeway fan, so I think I don't know. I'm torn because I mean I love Voyager. And I've had this new appreciation for Deep Space Nine since I got a little older and
Yep.
There you go.
rewatched it.
Fine.
So
Now you're
Well,
talking
no,
some
I mean,
sense.
it's an age thing. I do think it's an age thing. I think as you grow, it's like me and just in the films, and the Undiscovered Country has become like one of my favorite films. And the older I get, the better the movie gets.
I do
Yeah,
think
for
that
sure.
I do think DS9 is probably an overall adult one.
Yeah, I
You know,
definitely
my-
appreciate it. Oh, sorry. I appreciate it more now for the politics than I did as a kid. As a kid, I just thought like there were some cool, funny characters. But now, as an adult, I watch like Kira grappling with, decisions around, should she do this thing that's best for Bajor, or that the Federation wants, or that Kai Wynn wants, or all of those things. And
Plus her faith, incorporating her
and-
faith into all that.
yeah, and the ethics around the war and everything, and that I think is one of it's really still prescient today.
yeah, watching Deep Space Nine, my husband hadn't seen it, and we decided to watch from the beginning, and he really loves it. It's his favorite Star Trek now, and he's like, it's like a political thriller. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And just watching it again and kind of watching it, as an adult and kind of through his eyes also as a first timer to Deep Space Nine. Just it's like Jarrah said, made me really appreciate Kira more. And I loved Dax when I was younger. I realize now she didn't get as much to do as she could have.
Yeah.
But I still really think that the supporting cast is enormous and like really layered, and that they're really great characters. I love Garak. He's the best.
He's
Garrick
my
is
favorite
my
Trek character ever.
favorite
Yep.
DS9 character.
He's my favorite Trek character.
And it
Second-
has the
he's
best
my second.
villains.
Ooh, that's a high honor.
It really is. He's awesome.
Plus, I love Vic Fontaine. I love that whole bada bing,
Yes.
bada bang.
Oh yeah.
Come on, like you wouldn't be living at Vic Fontaine's. I would.
I would.
If I lost my leg in the war, I would definitely
I would
do
certainly
rehab there.
pick it over Fairhaven.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God, yes.
I would
Yes,
even pick
Deep
it
Space
over
Nine.
Dixon Hill.
What?
Yep.
I didn't hear what you said, Nick. What?
I said I would even pick it over the Dixon Hill world.
Oh,
I think it's a
Would
little
you
more fun.
rather
A little
hang out
more.
at Vic's or play poker with the TNG folks?
see, I would be in the poker room.
Vic's.
Oh, I like the poker room.
I would be doing the poker thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, poker.
in a
But
heartbeat.
And
Anything
you
to
could
get
play
into
poker
Riker's
at
quarters,
Vic's.
right, Terry? Anything
No,
to
I'd
get into
kick his
Riker's
ass.
quarters.
You have no idea.
But you can play poker at Vic's.
Well, that's true too. That'd be cool.
It's a casino.
That's true.
That
And
it
I'd
is.
still kick Riker's ass.
I really liked that in Bada Bing Bada Bang, they had Cassidy bring up the fact that African American people were not welcome in that time period in casinos, and she had that objection. And I thought it was actually kind of, she at first she might have
It's
seemed
the
a little
way-
bit like she was,
It's the way
she
it
was
should
being.
have been, rather than the way it actually was portrayed.
Well,
I know, and I love that. I
Sisko's
love that she
actually-
recognized it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Sisko's actually the one who brings it up, and then she's the one who defends it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really important. The only problem
Oh
is
right, yeah.
then no one said, "Oh, and the time was really sexist too," and then no one said, "Oh, but hey, the thing isn't really sexist now because literally all the women's jobs were just distracting men. Like Cassidy's job was to hit on the guard and then start
True.
crying.
Yeah.
Kira's job was to seduce Frankie Eyes, and Ezri just got the job because she was adorable and
She-
got to wear
yeah.
this ridiculous skirt. So
She was
like,
the waitress.
Oh,
I
man,
love
Ezri
that
is a
first of
episode.
all,
cocktail
hold
It's
waitress.
on.
tons of
I
fun.
will fight you
but
over this.
Oh, here we
There is
go.
nothing ridiculous
Here we
about
go.
Ezri. There is never anything ridiculous about Ezri Dax.
I'm not saying I didn't like the skirt. I'm just saying that, like, at least acknowledge it for what it is. If you're going to acknowledge that the time was
Oh, believe
racist,
me, I
then
do.
then then be
So,
like,
having-
hey, there was also sexism at that time too.
And let's use it to our advantage in context of the program.
Yeah.
Now, having said this, could you ladies tell our audience who may not be familiar what Women at Warp is about?
Yes, please.
Go right ahead, Jara.
I'm one of 4 co-hosts of Women at Warp, which is a Star Trek podcast on the Trek FM network, and we talk about all things relating to women in Star Trek. The episode that I'm watching, this awful Voyager episode, Favorite Son for, is going to be on female-dominated societies in Voyager, but we've also done episodes on like Romulan women and the Ferengi feminist revolution and studies of particular characters like Dr. Pulaski. So yes, we kind of
Everybody's
touch on all kinds of
non-favorite.
things.
No, we love you. Don't diss the Pulaski in this show.
No,
Uh-oh.
seriously. This is a
Uh-oh.
Pulaski loving
This is
zone.
a Pulaski love zone.
Pulaski Jellicoe. We love
Well,
them.
you should
Yes.
definitely
Not
listen
all
to
of
our
us like
episode on it
her.
then, because
Steve,
we definitely
you're not
defend
even
her.
I love Pulaski.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well,
You know she's good when you have to freaking pull her out of a starship to save her own captain's damn life on another planet.
absolutely.
And
We
I think she's a
definitely
confident
defended
medical
her.
officer. I'm
Thank
just not
you.
a huge. I'm not a huge fan of hers as her. Like, I wouldn't want to get a beer with her. How about that?
See,
Well,
I
she-
would
she
because
does start to
lays
grow.
She lays it on the line. She's very blunt, and I like that. See, my dream crew is Captain Jellicoe. First officer is Kern.
Why are
and
you hurting
she's the
me,
medical
Janeway?
officer.
Janeway.
I would definitely
Oh, Jellicoe over
have.
Janeway anytime.
No.
Do we need to get into the insanity that is Catherine Janeway?
Do we?
Well, can I
If
just say
I'm on this
first
show,
that,
Then we can't diss the Janeway if I can't diss the Pulaski.
I love you.
Okay. Explain.
Okay.
Explain. Harry Kim never rises above ensign because he got laid. Meanwhile, Tom Paris can disregard anything he wants, lose rank, and then get it back.
I think Harry and Tom's circumstances are a little different, but
I don't
Yeah,
think
all Harry did
I don't
was
think
get
that's.
laid.
I don't think Janeway always made a decision I would agree with, and that is definitely an example. But
Yes.
oh, I agree. I'm not saying I agreed with her every decision, but I'm saying she's my favorite captain and definitely over Jellicoe by like 10 captains.
No way. But I say this as a 30-year veteran that Jellicoe rang the truest.
Are you
Now,
pulling age rank on me?
No, I'm being serious. I love Will Raker. I hated him in Chains of Command because he was the biggest baby
He
I'd
was
ever
a big
seen.
baby. And you know how I am about
He
Riker,
whined a lot.
right?
He
was a
whined
big-
a lot.
He was a big baby. He was a big ass baby. And this is coming from the world's biggest Riker fan.
Now,
Big
I
ass
will
baby.
tell you, ladies, when I first watched every series, Janeway was the captain I most would have wanted to serve under. Then when I did my rewatches, I realized she was batshit crazy.
I
And
do not think
Cisco-
she's crazy.
Cisco
And that word,
became my
using the
favorite.
word crazy to describe a woman is not something that is.
But to describe
Really
a
describes
Starfleet
her.
captain,
No, it has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has to do with her being a leader. She was inconsistent. She was batshit crazy.
I would
Okay.
say there's a difference between inconsistent and batshit crazy.
So I think that there's a couple of things. So first of all, I think that like if you go back and you look at the commentary from Jerry Taylor and such around the creation of the character, I think that part of the problem is that the creators were so incredibly conscious of her gender that they were they were constantly trying to be like, okay, we can't make her too feminine, but we also can't make her too masculine. And if you whatever that even means. So if you read like fan forums about Janeway, like there are people who will say she was an ice queen, and there are people who will say that she was like a too much of a coddling mother.
Yeah.
Like she.
Well, see, I always liked her for the reason that she was a commander that cared about her troops. I
absolutely.
admired that, and that's why she was the one that for a while, until I did the rewatches, was the one I said I'd most want to serve under, because she reminded me a lot of my commander when I was in the 82nd Airborne. He also looked out for his troops the same way she looked out for her crew. But then when I did the rewatch, and they needed to write her the same way that Ripley was written for Alien. It was a unisex character that they cast a female actress as. And that's how they
I
needed
don't
to
agree with
approach it.
I don't agree with the assessment. I think that Janeway, yes, I think she was a good captain to like marshal the troops and like that kind of thing. But I also think she was thrown into a situation where she had no backup. She had no Starfleet. She had no one else to like. And I think you're gonna make some mistakes in that situation. And I think it's true. It's like it's not like perfect like Next Generation. She's not like making every single perfect diplomatic decision. I think it's more realistic that she's gonna mess up sometimes.
I think that Voyager also came at a time that was a turning point in TV in terms of those perfect characters. It was a turning point in Star Trek, but also in television, that we were moving towards less episodic television where you wanted your characters to have a lot more conflict. And in Deep Space Nine and Voyager, like it hadn't really fully transitioned yet. So I think it can come across as a bit like it's like there are episodes that like the one where she is suffering from, it seems like, depression, where I think
I enjoyed that.
I think that's actually really
I
good.
really like that episode.
And then like she's totally fine as soon as someone puts a phaser in her hand. So it was like, if that had been a story today, you would have had a whole season arc about it.
That's true
And
too.
one of my huge problems with Voyager is Year of Hell is how the ship should have looked. There's no way that ship
I
should
see
have been
that we
so
have a
sparkling
Ron
clean.
Moore advocate in our midst. Because Ron Moore wanted to leave it that way because that's when he went off and did Battlestar Galactica, because it was so much more like post-apocalyptic. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have, everybody
made such
was
a huge
injured.
point in the pilot of saying that they didn't have these resources and everything. So they made it a point that they had to cut back on this and that and couldn't do this and that because they didn't have the resources.
But
well, then there should have been
they never
battle
showed
scars.
it. Right.
Yeah, there should have been.
I think there was also like a walking of the line for like Gene Roddenberry's vision and like Rick Berman trying to keep it closer to that, when in fact like Voyager itself naturally wanted to go another way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And
real-
also too
real
is
quick.
that television itself was changing. Don't you agree? I mean, right at
Very
that
much.
time is when it started to move from an episodic where people wanted to have nice little bows at the end of every episode into that edge of
An arc.
of Stargate or soap opera, which is they didn't mind being held for another week. They didn't mind not knowing what was going to happen.
And that was something the Xindi arc did well, was the Enterprise showed the strain of what was going on, and the crew showed the strain of what was going on in their voyage.
Real
One
quick,
thing-
I would like to quickly say hello to Thomas. Thomas Maroney has joined us in the chat room, or in the room.
Roomcat.
Hey.
Those graphics, those new graphics are fucking spectacular.
They really
Thank
are.
you, thank
To the
you.
women
Love,
at Warp,
love, love.
to the women at Warp in the room, Thomas the Cat is also Thomas Maroney. He's one of the wonderful ship designers in Star Trek Online, but also was our graphic designer for the new look of G&T show. So thank you, Thomas, and welcome.
Yeah, it looks
honey.
great.
Awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, it's
so
great
clean.
to be here.
I love the look.
This is an exciting conversation to jump into for a lot of reasons.
And the one thing I do appreciate about Thomas is that he has no qualms in jumping in on a conversation that is deep and meaningful. So,
Anytime you need to, just jump on in.
yeah. And when I think we were discussing Miss Janeway,
Voyager.
Captain. She prefers Captain.
yeah, that is true.
I want to get back to what you guys
I will tell
were.
you this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Okay.
Thomas first.
All right. I want to let you guys get back to. I didn't actually mean to derail the whole conversation about Janeway because I think you guys were talking about some pretty important stuff. But in terms of just pontificating on our opinions about like the structure of Voyager, the TV show itself, I always thought it would have been really cool if they had spent a year. If they'd spent the first season chasing down Chakotay in the Badlands and in the Cardassians, in the Alpha Quadrant, basically, and that the season 1 cliffhanger is them getting sent to the Delta Quadrant, and then it's kind of, and then the show just straight up.
They
like,
could have done that.
Yeah,
that would have been
That would have
cool.
been.
It would
That
have
would have
given
been pretty
Tuvok.
awesome.
Would have given Tuvok a little more opportunity to kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
bask in his role as the like intermediary,
Yeah.
the mole on the show.
And
Right.
it was
Yeah.
I love
saved us
Tuvok.
a season of Neelix.
Well, and then Seska's turn would have been even more impactful.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that it wasn't. I
Yeah.
thought Seska's turn did, but we only seen her 2 or 3 times before that.
Yeah.
Well, and you would have gotten to know like all the Starfleet crew that died. Like you would have thought, oh,
Yeah.
these are the bridge officers, right?
Yeah,
Like, these
and
are,
their
like-
loss would have just been more devastating. It's
Yeah,
like, oh my
yeah.
gosh,
By
what
the
are
way-
we gonna do?
By the way, Thomas, just so you know, I'm wearing my Delta Rising T-shirt for this.
Awesome.
I'm
now,
not. I'm
I
a
want to ask then, what the women at Warp think of T'Pol, because she's a lightning rod.
Okay, so before though, I just have to quickly say one thing about Janeway because I think that the reason that like I am fiercely loyal to her is that I think that more than any other captain, she actually listens to her crew and she actually knows how things work on the ship. Like there's in the TOS episode, the Paradise, or This Side of Paradise, there's a part where like the whole ship is on the planet and they're all stoned on flower spores, and Kirk doesn't know how to operate the ship. He's basically like, I'm stuck here because I can't do anything now. But like Janeway can run the whole ship by herself.
Yeah, and the
she
fact
knows
that
how
she's
everything works.
she's a scientist, she's she's strong, she's capable, she can get in the face of the alien if she needs to. Like I think that all those
Hold
aspects
on.
of her personality.
Hold on. You don't think Sisko listened to his crew?
I don't think to the extent of Janeway. Like I think
Oh,
there are
crazy.
so many examples.
I think Cisco listened to certain members of the crew.
Yeah,
He
but there-
definitely listened to Jadzia a lot.
Mhm. But it wasn't so much like and I don't like I love
Shut
And
up,
he did.
Wesley.
No, let's
But
face it. He didn't listen to Jadzia.
that is
He
true.
listened to Curzon.
The Dax.
I would agree with that, yes, because I think that's, and that also kind of speaks to like a little bit of an issue with Dax as a character too, because saying Jadzia isn't enough on her own.
But like for example, there's the episode where or at the beginning, like the Doctor wants more rights, and Kes comes to Janeway and is saying like you aren't being fair to the Doctor, and she sits down with her and listens to what she has to say, and then says, "Yeah, I was wrong." And Archer, on the other hand, is like doesn't listen to other people, and then it turns out they're right, and then he fails to acknowledge they were right. He just
Yeah.
like gets mad at them when they raise really like legitimate concerns, and then
You're gonna-
doesn't ever admit he was wrong.
You're gonna laugh because Enterprise is my second favorite show behind TNG,
Yeah.
specifically because it's so different. And I hate Archer. I hate him.
Yeah.
I really do. I
Wait, you hate the captain, but it's your second favorite?
Yes. And the reason why is because he does make those mistakes, and because that's the way the show was supposed to be. It
Mhm.
was supposed to be a show about the beginnings, what was before the Prime Directive, what was the situation before Starfleet. It was supposed to be what mistakes were made. And let's face it, and the reason why the Prime Directive comes around is because Archer fucks up so bad. Those are the mistakes. And so, yeah, he's a jackass. Oh my God, he's a jerk.
And he's
I have to
really
say-
a jerk to T'Pol. And
Oh,
that,
God, he's a jerk.
yeah.
I have to say that
Well,
I can't
but
actually comment.
but he's a jerk to all Vulcans. So
Yeah, that makes
I
it
mean,
better.
So are humans.
and he ha-
All humans
he
are
has
jerks
a
to
good-
Vulcans and vice versa.
but he has a good reason for hating Vulcans because of what they did to his dad.
And,
Yeah,
and
that's
the
a good
Vulcans are
reason.
assholes. And that's what I liked about the show, is that it wasn't all peaches and cream. This was how it, and I don't think they even went far enough, and that's what broke my heart.
I
is
think
that
that's a
we started
good
to
premise,
see
but
it.
I think the execution of that
Mhm.
premise for Enterprise was lacking, in my opinion.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. And I feel like Voyager kind of fell into that trap too, but
Yeah.
we touched on that already.
I agree, Thomas. It's always sad. I mean, even Nick knows that I will complain about DS9 because I happen to think that DS9 didn't go far enough into the Dominion War. It didn't give me enough of the blood and guts of it. It really
Yeah.
didn't.
Yep.
But they
And
couldn't.
well, that was
I
the
think-
and
I agree.
My
I think
problem
now-
was I didn't watch it until long after the show had ended. Right. So
Mhm.
I'm
I think
already
having
looking
grown
at
up
it in
with
a
it-
decade behind.
I think
sorry,
having grown
Jen.
up with it and seeing it as seeing it as through a kid's eyes and through a teenager's eyes, I think it had the right amount. But as an adult, and now in the way we're familiar with watching television now, and like I'm watching Breaking Bad for the first time, so that's a really good example. Seeing Walt like take people out, and like it's very intense. And we are used to a greater violence in Game of Thrones and Orange is the New Black and like other things than we are in Star Trek. And I think Star Trek, for at least those first four series, I don't think that they did that, because that's not what Star Trek was to Rick Berman. That's not what Star Trek was in the 90s.
And I would even take it a step further and say, even for the 90s, I think that they were still playing it very, very safe, too safe. And the fact is that the Dominion War was something that was supposed to be occurring quite literally around DS9. This was right outside the wormhole. Dominion was kept at bay only because of a freaking minefield that was right outside the space station. This was a war that was right there. And for weird reasons, it never happened there. It always happened somewhere else. And the only thing that the people on DS9 were getting were the Friday afternoon tally reports. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, I'm not even getting it was that weird juxtaposition again of a show that was trying to be episodic.
I think it was budgetary. I think it was budgetary. They didn't have the money to make a big fight.
I thoroughly
But Terry,
agree.
I can tell you, do you think, looking at it from a realistic standpoint, somebody in Kuwait during the height of the war in Iraq is not seeing those things go on? So, I mean, really.
I mean, this was supposed to be taking place in the middle of the war in Iraq. This was it was. I mean,
it wasn't. All they were doing. Look at all the Dominion ships that were headed through the wormhole to Cardassia,
and where was the wormhole in comparison to DS9?
But there was no battles going on there.
Right? Why were they all somewhere else?
I think
because Deep Space Nine was on the fringe. Deep Space Nine was on the edge of the freaking galaxy. I know they were in front of the wormhole, but I don't think that the fight was going to come to them every single time.
That far, and they ended up being a part of the Dominion
later on.
I don't think that we
I think the biggest problem was the Jem'Hadar stations, and those were further away.
Right.
And why? Why would they set something up so far away from where they first entered?
In terms of allegory, I mean, DS9 aired from 93 to 99, so it actually ended before Gulf War II.
True.
I think I've seen a lot of people say, like, look at the Cardassian Bajoran thing as an allegory for Israel-Palestine, which I always thought was interesting.
Actually, when we had Doug Drexler on, he agreed with me that it was an allegory for the Bosnians.
It was the Bosnians, the Bosnian Serbian conflict.
Sure.
And I can thoroughly understand that, but
Terry, if you think about it like this, Deep Space Nine was in Hungary.
Why?
Because of budget.
You couldn't afford the budget.
You couldn't afford to have the giant
because it was on network television at prime time.
This was the 90s.
Right.
This was the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm sorry, ladies. Things were not that protected.
Terry,
we were seeing
Thomas, what years was it? 92 to 99?
93 to 99, yeah.
93
Even
to
still.
99. And a couple other things in terms of budget. I mean, DS9, they kind of helped, along with Babylon 5, helped pioneer like CG effects for a large scale on a TV show. And
true.
It was
we wouldn't have, if it weren't for the stuff that they did, we wouldn't have like Raptors on BSG or any of that.
It just goes to show you that the reason why some of my favorite episodes of DS9 happen to be the ones that deal directly with the conflict. So, the Siege at AR 558.
Yeah.
558.
Well,
and
that whole package, the package of that with It's Only a Paper Moon card.
The ones that dealt directly with the conflict, even the one with Bashir and Jake, where Jake really gets his first taste of what war is like, right? And he gets to see what Bashir is like, and I get to see, finally, a doctor who's dealing with war that we have always heard every other doctor dealt with. And
we have the one with Bashir. There's a couple with Bashir. There's that one. There's the one with Bashir where he's trying to find the cure for the disease that the Dominion has unleashed on the planet.
Right.
And then there's the one where he's trying to cure the Ketracel White addiction.
Right.
That's a great episode. I really
Great
like that episode.
I did too.
I think Bashir went from the one of the most loathsome Trek characters
Yep.
to one of the absolute best.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
It was amazing growth in that character.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of that was the writers, they planned to grow him that way, and then as opposed to kind of what happened with Sisto, they're like, oh, we fucked up.
Well,
Like
Bashir,
I'm sorry.
when it was discovered that he was genetically modified, or that's when he actually became interesting, and I think that's when they really started, doing more with his character.
And that's another thing, though. You would see if
He also became a much better actor.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't.
But they also
disagree.
gave him better stuff.
They gave him better stuff, right?
From the wide-eyed, hey,
I liked when he
frontier, this is
became-
awesome.
Yeah, when William Sadler came in and he did that
Yes.
whole subplot, that was a really good. I like that.
I think, though, my single favorite Bashir moment, and it's only like a few seconds, it's during, oh, fuck me, I can't think of the name of it.
The one with Sex Kitten Dax from his dreams. That
No,
one, right?
I'm not that shallow, thank you. No, the one with... Holy shit.
I was gonna
Where
say,
they kill-
did he
where
just say I'm not that shallow?
I did. It's
Because, dude, you totally are. I love
Yeah.
it. You totally
I'm
are.
really not. It's the one with where they draw the Romulans in.
Oh,
In a Pale Moonlight?
Pale Moonlight.
Yeah, in A Pale Moonlight, where he lodges the complaint about the biomimetic gel, and he says, I have to put this in writing, I'm going to put it in writing. It's only a few seconds, but it's so good. And, and he was just so perfect in that.
Yeah. That episode, again, took one of, how I feel about it. It took one of...
Here we go.
It created, in my opinion, Star Trek's truly most tragic character.
Yeah.
It did. It created...
Would you go far to say Star Trek's only tragic character? Like, I can't really think of a heroic
truly
character.
Shakespearean tragic character, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could maybe
Barclay.
No,
Barclay's
Barclay's just
fine.
pathetic.
Barclay is just Falstaff in a different costume,
That's true.
but he's not Hamlet.
I have lots of feelings
So
about
wait,
Barclay,
which
but
character are we calling the most Shakespearean?
Cisco.
and tragic?
Cisco.
They took a person who had that idealistic, lost his wife and still kept that idealistic Starfleet kind of idea, and he was quite frankly the only person who was able to throw away everything Starfleet stood for in order to save Starfleet. And that's as tragic as it gets. That's as tragic as it gets. He threw away everything that he grew up on and believed, and everybody around him believes, in order to
and
save
in the
it.
end, no matter how much Terry disagrees with this, sacrificed his own life for that.
Well, he really didn't. But
Yes,
He went to go ascend and live in the wormhole or whatever.
That
Yes.
wasn't his choice. He made the decision to kill himself. He did not make the choice to ascend.
No, he made the decision to take down somebody else, and he just fell off a cliff doing it.
I think once you
God.
see like flaming books and the stuff like that, and you don't just like peace out, you're in for the whatever comes.
He just
I
left
agree
a
with you,
pregnant
Nick.
wife doing it.
Thank you.
Nick, I agree with you. I mean, they just hate Cisco because he's awesome. Look, he
Right.
did not jump into, hey, what's up? Hey,
Hi, honey.
How you doing?
You know
Hey,
what it is,
Terry,
Mike? You know what
I
it
love
is,
you.
Marv?
Yeah,
You know what
what?
it is? It's because he's black.
No, I want to hear it. I
no,
heard I
no.
love you, but I want to hear
Terry, I love you, but you are so wrong with Cisco. I mean, he's not. He didn't choose that. All right?
Uh-huh.
He chose to save the universe basically, and he jumped off that cliff. And you said
Okay.
he wanted to. He's a deadbeat. Blah.
No,
Blah,
no.
Terry.
And the reason isn't it? The choice wasn't made before he jumped off the cliff. The choice was made when he gets to the wormhole. Is he being held captive or not?
No, I mean I don't think so. Because look, when he jumped off,
So
off.
if
and they
he's
said, look,
not, then why is he in the fucking wormhole? Why
Because
doesn't
he can
go
come
back
back
to
10
captain?
they
seconds
made him
later.
an offer he couldn't refuse. You know,
He
Couldn't
knowledge,
and
Plus, he
so
can
that's
come back
my
10
point.
seconds
If he
later.
made a conscious choice that whatever the wormhole aliens could provide him was far better than being a husband and father.
I think he actually
yeah,
is
but they
being
also
held
live outside
captive.
of time.
There you go, Thomas. It's one or the other. It can't be
Or like
either.
Stockholm
But he
syndrome
can also
with
come back.
his prophet mom.
He can
I like
also
Oh my
come
God.
back at any
His
Run
time.
prophet
with it,
mom.
Nick. Run while you can. It's Stockholm syndrome, and it's done. I'll take it and let it go.
Well, the Stockholm syndrome was applied a couple seasons earlier. If you think about it, when he was having those visions before they did Far Beyond the Stars episode,
That makes him twice as tragic.
Cisco haters.
That's true.
No, I don't hate it.
I am not a Cisco hater. I like Cisco quite a bit.
I was okay with him until the very end, and then I was like, "What?"
I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. When that final episode got done, I had tears in my eyes, especially at that scene of Jake and Kira standing at the window as it pulled back. I thought that, and I think it was the best
push
finale.
the button. He has to push the button. But Alan, what was my final? He put up the hand. I'm not going to talk about it.
Thank you. Andrew Wonders says it correctly. Worf is the true deadbeat dad.
I don't disagree with that either.
No argument here, and I like the guy.
Yeah, same here.
I don't disagree with that. Like,
While we're talking about Cisco and the Fire Caves, though, I will just say that Deep Space Nine, I think, indisputably has the best women villains in Star Trek.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, Kai Wynn definitely.
And the way everyone hates Kai Wynn is just proof of how awesome she was.
Truly.
Yes.
But you also got two. Like, I think the female changeling is in the top 3 for sure.
Agreed.
That's true. But Louise Fletcher, oh, God.
What about the female changeling? I think she's pretty scary, too.
I never thought her scary. I always saw her just more
manipulative.
She's like an overseeing manipulative force. She's not a good character, so I think she would fall into the villain character. Yeah, amoral. Like she falls into the villain category, I think.
And then of course we've seen a couple of female Vortas, and I think they're more ruthless than the males. But nonetheless, I love Jeffrey Combs.
No.
Wayun what?
Is so obsequious. His evil is just sickeningly appealing. He's so evil.
But and somebody, I think, Jared, was it you that said earlier, the second and third level characters in Deep Space Nine have way more. We know more about them than we do some of the bridge crew of like Enterprise
or Chakotay.
I said that.
Or Chakotay, or Voyager.
This is Amy. This is Amy. I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
No, it's okay.
It's my crush on Jarrah that automatically made me think it was her.
No, it's all right.
But we know more about Morn than we do about Chakotay. And Morn never said a freaking word.
Chakotay.
And the sad part is Chakotay could have been awesome and improve that.
Yep. Although I have to say I like the way he's written in the books.
Yeah, I mean, so many of the characters are just nailed in the books compared to the show.
Yep. Well, they have so much more ability. They have so much more ability to develop their interior monologue that makes it even, more of a complex and layered type of thing.
Like, I love how Troy is in the Titan books actually gets to do this diplomatic work.
Yes.
And it's so great to see.
I have to say there was only of all of the Titan books, there was only one I really hated. But everything else, I like the way that Troy is written because she is when it comes down to it, she's first and foremost an officer on the ship.
Yeah.
And as people would many people would be like, oh my God, she puts her child second, and I'm like, well, yeah.
Well, I have to.
Sounds horrible, but yeah.
Since Jarrah and Amy are here, I have to ask: is Code of Honor not the greatest episode ever?
The worst episode ever?
Or the best?
Oh.
It is the greatest on so many levels of awesomely bad.
I think it is the greatest in terms of the best shiny pink spandex outfit.
Definitely.
Used during a death match. And best spiky glove.
Yes.
Yeah. Best spiky glove.
The widest range of mortal weapons.
Yes.
Ever assembled.
Yeah.
Really, who sat in the writer's room and said this is going to be good?
Yeah.
They just wanted to get the Rock on in some kind of capacity, basically.
Yeah.
That's who sat in that writer's room. Do you think there was a woman
we're not
sitting around that table?
We're not making this into a man bashing.
Well, no, but that's who it was. Come on.
And the
so I have to say,
Wait,
I blame more the director.
So men wanted to rock in a tight suit, flexing his muscles on that show. You're saying men wanted that.
I'm saying that the proportion of men to women in that writer's room was pretty skewed.
And then there was the director who decided to cast all black actors as the barbarian aliens.
Horrific.
It was awful.
Totally horrific.
Yeah.
It's just
And have
race
them
and
talk
gender.
like-
It's not mutually exclusive. Just
Well,
Have
race,
them
race
talk
and
like
gender.
a 1940s racist movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it
And you
was-
have like Picard keeps pointing out, like, yes, I know that Tasha's a very attractive woman. Like the number of times people tell the audience that Tasha's attractive in that episode.
Yeah,
you're
and
like, what
please,
is
she's
going
not
on?
even Crusher, you know?
They're like, I know we didn't put her in a purple boob suit, but she's really hot. Trust us.
And I'm just gonna say this: she ain't her sister.
Well, I
Oh
think
my
that
God.
I think her sister's hair really did not do her any favors.
Oh, I'm down
That's a
with
good
it.
point.
It's kind of like 80s Hunger Games.
It was
hair.
so 80s. It was so
It's
in
the
line.
most 80s of like
That's-
all of the 80s hairstyles on that show.
But
They pretty
you
much
have
All
to
lived on
those
the
understand.
most
Hunger
80s
Games.
Okay, wait a
outfit
minute.
would
Wait a minute.
be-
Wait a minute. I have to ask. Okay, were either one of you alive for first run TNG?
I know, right?
Yes.
I was alive for it, but I was born in 1985, so I was 4 when it started.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't count. All
I was born in '83, and my first episode was Yesterday's Enterprise, and I watched live from that point on.
The
Okay.
first one I remember is Best of Both Worlds.
Her hair
Wow.
was seriously no big deal.
No.
When she was on
Right.
and we saw that episode, it was a serious non-issue because that's how I wore my hair.
Terry, it's like Richard Hatch in Battlestar Galactica. His hair
it
was no big
such
deal.
a no big thing.
His hair
So,
was totally 70s hair.
but I loved her
But-
character.
Now, but as far as outfits, nothing is worse than Riker's in Angel 1.
Oh my god,
That's the best outfit ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see.
What about what about the outfits of the people on the planet where Wesley like got in trouble for falling
Oh,
through the
yeah.
glass flower
That was
thing?
spectacular. There was nothing wrong with it.
No
God.
underwear for anyone. Like, have you
Exactly.
tried running in no underwear? I'm like no bras.
Every
it's
day.
not fun.
No.
Every day.
Sorry, I'm on mute right now, but my dogs are barking at a UPS delivery guy, so I apologize.
Women at work. Now, how long can you stick around?
I'm basically around. I don't know.
I'm around for a little
Okay.
bit longer. We have a party. We're going to try to get there by 8, but it's only like 15 minutes away, so I can stay for another like 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, well, you guys know Bye Bye Robot, correct?
No.
The artist? Sure you do.
Oh,
The convention?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, we do.
they're waiting in the wings to join us.
Ooh, exciting.
Oh, wonderful.
But do we have an update on tallies and prizes, Mike? Evidently, Mike's been in the bloodline.
Casey has an opinion.
Rough.
There's a target somewhere loose.
It's Halloween.
Boy,
Strange things happen.
Did Mike fall in the well? Wait, what?
Took me a second to get that.
Lassie reference, classic.
Yes.
I got it.
Alright, it's Chloe's turn.
That's my girl.
Oh, can I bark too, or is that not allowed?
Let's put this on
Is
the
he trying
put
to
this
get her
on the our two cats are not so thrilled when people keep ringing the doorbell.
Actually, we have a gate at the front of our house because we don't want to open the door and let our dogs just run into the middle of New Mexico. And so whoever tries to come to the door has to deal with this picket fence thing, and the poor guy got stuck at the front. So it was pretty funny, actually. So,
You want to
yeah.
hear my embarrassing justice story while we're waiting?
Please.
Sure.
So I was writing a review of the episode Justice for my blog Trekkie Feminist, and I was watching it I did a joint review with another feminist blogger called Ontario, and we were watching the episode, and she was making a lot of comments that we included, like the part where the woman is beamed up onto the ship. She says, I can literally see the outline of her labia because their outfits are not covering anything. And we were watching in HD. And so this is all in the review. And so I drafted it and I sent it to her. And then I went to go see a movie. And when I get out, she hasn't replied. And I check and I was like, why hasn't she replied? And I realized I accidentally sent it to my boss.
Oh no!
So I was like, oh, that wasn't actually for you. That was for someone else with a very similar name. And my boss emails back and she's like, I read the whole way through 3 times being like, there must be something in here Jared wants me to see.
Oh my god, Jared, I'm so sorry.
That's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. She wasn't mad. It was just very embarrassing.
At
He
least
sent me
At least it was a
faces for
she and
while.
not a he. Oh man!
I'm
Well,
sorry,
Since we're,
I'm
since
just
we're talking
shaking
about
my head.
Trekkie feminists,
I know. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
Amy
sorry,
should,
that's awesome.
Plug her blog.
Yes, you guys can check me out on shoesandstarships.com. I have a couple interviews up. I did an interview with my most recent I posted was Marina Sirtis. I did Nana Visitor and Terry Farrell also in Vegas. And I have one more coming up with Kate Mulgrew's son, Alec. He's an artist. And he did her some pretty badass photos of her for the con. So we talked a little bit with him. And yeah, check me out there. And I'm also at Lightstar1013 on Twitter.
I know. How were we not following each other until today?
I don't know.
I don't either.
It was just a couple of days ago where I started to follow her. She followed me. I don't remember what it was. I was all excited. I was like, oh my god, she just started.
I am only okay at tweeting. I'm better at tweeting than I am at Instagram, and I'm very good at Facebook. How's that?
There you go.
Understood. I don't even have an Instagram account. I really don't.
Mike,
I because as a blogger, you kind of need one.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, do we have a tally?
I'm figuring it out right now.
Oh, see, he has to pull out the
the abacus.
Yes.
While he does that,
yes.
Actually, no, that's going to mute the speaker. It's not going to mute
the
me.
bye-bye robot is with us now.
Hi guys.
Welcome. Hey guys.
Charity.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
We miss you,
Hello.
honey.
Aw, I miss you guys too.
I have no idea what noise that is, but
It's a fun
making
noise.
a drink for me.
Someone's landing a 747.
That's what it sounds like.
No wonder it didn't work.
Yeah, sorry. That's how I shower. I just use a vacuum cleaner.
Shower?
More
I
sanitary
don't know what
that
that
way.
means.
Sonic shower. It's a sonic shower. Just make it.
Nope.
Hey Charity, I wanted to say that I really love your stuff. I don't think we got to connect in Vegas this year. This is Amy, by the way.
Oh, hi. Yeah,
Charity, we
not
do
much,
have
anyways.
we have Amy and Jera from Women at Warp joining us right now, and they're going to be with us for a little bit longer too. So they were
Awesome.
We invited
We were
them
having
to join us.
spirited conversations about how wrong they are about Janeway.
Oh, we are
Oh,
correct
wow.
about Janeway, and you are wrong.
Yeah, there you
What's
go.
their opinion about Janeway?
She's a badass, awesome chick
Well, yeah.
who will
I-
kick ass and take names.
I actually I rewatched Voyager last year, and my appreciation of Janeway grew infinitely because I was a sexist little shit when I was a teenager. So
I so appreciate hearing someone be honest like that. Thank you so much.
That's, by the way, that's Thomas. Thomas
Oh, that was
Cassidy.
Thomas.
So,
Patrick Online.
so is it sexist
Hi,
that she
Thomas.
was
There's
my
two
favorite
Thomases now.
and then turned into not my favorite?
I'm not. I don't know about you, man. I'm just saying there's a reason that I didn't like her, and that was because I didn't. It was just. It's like, oh, lady, ah.
Well, it
I
really
guess-
depends on what. the
Where's my
opposition
dude? Where's my
is.
captain dude?
I guess because I had female company and battalion commanders, it never bothered me in any way that she was the captain.
Well, that's yeah. That's
It's just
fine.
a different,
That's just not
different
what
life
I-
experience, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I think, and I was friends with people who were also sexist little shits, and so we would rag on the show without really watching it, and it's that kind of thing where you just kind of live in your misery until you get better perspective as you get older. So I mean, I was like 16 or something, like fuck that.
I think we're about the same age then, because I was about 16 when while Voyager was running.
I was
All right,
10.
I need
Jesus
to.
Christ, I had already been to war a couple of times.
Well, I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna stop and restart the recording so we have another hour's worth.
Well, hold on. Let Mike give the total first.
Okay.
Okay, our total as it currently stands is $539.43. We have not received a donation this hour, so I think we should carry
Carry
the
it over.
prize over.
Yep.
Which means that we are adding to the autobiography of James T. Kirk. We are adding the Bye-Bye Robot,
Bye Robot
poster.
Yay! Which one do you guys have?
I have the ending scene from Wrath of Khan with Kirk and Spock on either side of the glass.
Oh, wow. That's actually Drew's, who's with us today.
Yay.
Yeah, she did that one.
I love that print. I want to pick up another copy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And remember, for every donation of $100 or more,
Nick takes
Nick
a shot.
does a shot, although he's like 3 behind me, and I'm just volunteering.
Just volunteering your shots.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, it's a real hardship for her.
Yeah, horrible.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna restart and start.
Music for the GNT show is provided by 5 Year Mission, Enterprise Blues Band, Warp 11, Andrew Allen, and Grethor. The GNT show is a BLB production.
Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on Mayo Man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobayashi. I'm gonna travel to the end and make new friends with aliens. To boldly go where no man's gone before. Space heavy. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. To boldly go where no man's gone before. Space heavy. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G